"There's a special prisoner in the jail." He just looked up. The guards on the wall put away their weapons. The inmates all rushed to the door and waited. Even the warden had to dress up to welcome him in person. All these unusual behavior because he was a legendary general, Eugene Alvin. Eugene was highly regarded in the army. His books were in the warden's personal collection, and now he's made a mistake in command, which resulted in the death of a whole squad of soldiers. He was court-martialed. He's facing 10 years in prison, but that didn't dampen the warden's enthusiasm. He gave Eugene a private audience. Not only did he show Eugene his collection, he went out and found the book, in hopes of getting Eugene's autograph. But when he returned to his office, he heard Eugene say to his adjutant,
"Any man with a collection like this is a man that's never set foot on a battlefield. To him, a mini ball from Shiloh is just an artifact. A combat vet is a hunk of metal that caused some poor bastard pain."
The warden's face changed. The reverence in his heart dissipated. He had never been to war as a soldier. Eugene's words pierced his heart. He had Eugene taken back to his cell, and no one was allowed to salute Eugene, because he was the only officer here. The others were just prisoners without rank. The warden was furious. He was going to make sure that the prisoners knew who was in charge here. So the next day, during free time, he ordered his men to give the inmates only one basketball. This triggered a confrontation between the inmates. The guards around him did nothing in the face of the commotion, until someone pulled out a weapon. The warden, who was secretly watching, sounded the alarm. At the sound of the alarm, everyone panicked and got down on the floor. The only one who didn't react was the prisoner with the weapon. Eugene didn't know what was going on, but he did what he was told. While he was confused, the guards on the guard tower opened fire. The rubber bullets didn't kill him, but the pain didn't diminish. Eugene watched the reactions of those around him. It's clear this isn't the first time this has happened. The warden saw these officers, who had once stood above the rest, were now lying in fear at their feet. The satisfaction was immense. By the time lunch was over, several prisoners approached Eugene, hoping that he could use some of his connections to replace the sinister warden. Eugene didn't want any trouble. He just wanted to spend the next 10 years here in peace, and then go home to his old age. But he didn't know. What he didn't mean to say that night was the reason the warden was targeting him. Trouble would come to him, and he couldn't hide from it. One day during free period, a prisoner saw Eugene. He was so excited, he saluted. He introduced himself as a former Marine. He was incarcerated for 6 years for a single assault. As the young soldier's heart grew sadder and sadder, Eugene comforted him graciously, while correcting his salute. This heartwarming scene was witnessed by the warden upstairs. He was jealous of Eugene's reputation in the army, even as a prisoner. He's been courted by others, and he, as warden, he was in charge of the lives of the prisoners. But he had never been treated with such respect. Then he ordered the prisoner to be severely punished. He made him salute all night in the rain, and he didn't stop until the next day. Eugene stepped forward to stop him. He took the guard's arm and raised it. Suddenly the whistle blew. The other guards seemed to be prepared. They came at Eugene with their batons and beat him until he spat blood. Then the warden rushes in, explaining to Eugene in a braggadocio manner that if you're in prison, you have to follow the rules. All physical contact with a guard here is considered assault. Even a highly respected general like Eugene will be punished by the prison.